Hello and welcome to Kahaniya Calling. Today's story is dishwashing. Well, don't think of it as a trivial job because no job is trivial. And you will see that in the story.
Once upon a time, there was a restaurant very famous for its dumplings. People from far and wide used to come to enjoy the delicious dumplings. Now, one afternoon in that restaurant, there were three visitors who requested to meet the manager. The manager came and said, "How can I help you, gentlemen?" One of the gentlemen named Amit said, "Sir, we have heard a lot about your restaurant, and we have also heard that you might have opening for us. We are looking for some employment." "You heard it right, gentlemen. Our business follows a prosperous path and we do have openings. We are looking for dishwashers. Is that the kind of job that you had in mind?" Amit said, "It will be a pleasure and a privilege to be associated with your restaurant in any way possible." Both his friends, Anil and Sunil, also nodded. He said, "Well, wonderful. Then come, you can give a trial." And he took them to the dishwashing area, which was a huge area. He said, "We already have a lot of dishes piled up, and I want you to clean them up. I will come and review them, and whoever produces the best results will be hired. Just remember that we wash the dishes 3 times. Saying this, the manager left, and the 3 friends got on to the job. Now, it took them quite a while, but they were able to do all the dishes. And once done, Amit looked at his pile with a sense of satisfaction and said, "Okay, finally done." And as he looked around at his friend Anil and Sunil, he was amazed to see that they have washed a lot more dishes than him. Anil had washed almost 3 times the dishes what he had cleaned. Amit just couldn't hold on, and he said, "I have tried to clean the dishes as fast as I could, but still I could finish just a fraction of what you have done, Anil." Anil smiled and said, "Amit, I appreciate your hard work and diligence, but sometimes what you need in life is intelligence and not diligence. Initially, just a few plates I washed 3 times, and then I realized it makes no difference whether I wash them 3 times or once. So I washed them just once. But that's unfair. That's not what was asked for. The manager clearly said that we washed the dishes 3 times." "I agree, but I don't believe to go by the rule book. And tell me, if you can show me any difference between the dishes that you have cleaned versus what I have cleaned." When they compared, Amit was speechless. He had nothing to say because the dishes looked exactly the same, clean and sparkling. So he said, "Now you know who's going to get the job. It's definitely going to be me." "Well, not really," said Sunil from behind. He said, "It is me who's going to get the job because you both followed the path of extremes. While Amit washed it 3 times, you washed it just once. But I followed the path of moderation, which is a path that all wise people follow. Therefore, not only have I done more dishes than Amit, but of course I will be the one who the manager will recognize and give the job." And they start comparing plates further, and the discussion and the argument happened like this. Amit was quiet. He had nothing much to say. And then came the manager. He came with some piping hot dumplings straight from the kitchen. And he said, "Okay, all three of you, get me a clean dish." So as he got those plates, he put those dumplings on those plates and tried to tilt them. As he tilted the plate, Anil's plate did not hold the dumpling at all. It just slided to the side immediately. While Sunil's plate looked like that it will stick, the dumpling will stick to the plate, but then eventually it moved. And when it came to Amit's plate, the dumpling just stuck to the plate and it did not move at all even after sliding. So the manager took a deep breath and said, "Okay, so now it's time for me to clear the air. It is Amit who I'll be hiring." What? All three of them were stunned. And Anil just couldn't hold it. He said, "I have done 3 times more dishes than what Amit has done. How is it that you will hire him? It definitely, you must be joking. It has to be me." Sunil also said, "I have done almost twice as the number of dishes, so there is no way that you'll be hiring Amit." The manager remained calm as ever. And he said, "Well, let me clear your confusion. Do you know why our dumplings are so special?" Anil said, "Yes, of course. What I've heard is it's not only the filling, but the skin itself is very tender, and that makes it super special." "Spot on," said the manager. And that's where the details really matter. Now, when we serve these dumplings, they must stick to the plate. And years of experience have shown us that when you wash them just once or twice, there is some amount of grease that still remains in the plate, although not visible to the naked eye. And therefore, the dumplings will not stick to it. And this spoils the entire experience, because just imagine if the dumplings start moving while you are trying to eat it, it spoils the whole experience. But who would care about such trivial things? Our customers are connoisseurs, royal families, noble families, and it definitely matters to them. They wouldn't really enjoy the dumpling if it moved, and it matters to them as well as to us. So it is very clear that I'll be hiring Amit. Now both of them were very sad. They realized that what mistake they made, but then it was too late. The manager further said, "Imagine if one of these plates had skipped the inspection and landed in front of a discerning customer. It would have spoiled the reputation and the image of the restaurant. And that is something that is not at all trivial and extremely dear to us." By now, these two had really understood that not following a simple instruction was their fault. Now, oftentimes we'll see that people will come up with these ways, okay, like Sunil said, "I watched it twice, I took a path of moderation," and trying to appear wise and smart. But is that really the case? A simple instruction that was given needs to be followed. And washing them twice or once is no option. Now, changing the rules before you really understand them as to why it needs to be washed thrice rather than once or twice, you cannot really try to act smart and change the rules accordingly. So that is why it is really said, you must understand the rules well so that you can break them. So the process improvement, how we do things faster and better, is definitely desirable, but not before you really understand things. So therefore, cleaning the dishes 3 times was the prerequisite and equally important. Thank you.
From this story, we learn that there are no shortcuts to success, and this reminds me of a quote. There are 2 kinds of people who never amount to much. One who cannot do what is being told, and one who cannot do anything else. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share our channel, and do leave your comments.